What's up, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Literally, like right after I watched myself on the big screen in the Chelsea video, I was like, these bald eyes are not the business, so I ran and put on some eyelashes for the Kail one. Anyway, you guys, Teen Mom 2 star Kail Lowry gave birth to her fourth child, her fourth boy, should I add, and first child to be born with a full sibling. So she gave birth, well, I don't know when she gave birth, but she announced that she gave birth about 2 days ago, and it didn't make the news like she wanted it to. People were like, all right, like, you know, dysfunctional, people get pregnant every day on Jerry Springer, like, we don't really care too much and give birth. And so she decided, you know what, I'm not getting enough attention. Time to sprinkle in some placenta juice. So she took to her Instagram page to share a photo of herself drinking a smoothie, and she actually was drinking it with her nose. And she had a caption that read, "Guess what I'm drinking?" And then she followed it up to say, and I quote, "If you guessed my placenta, you're right. Blended with fresh fruit and almond milk. Couldn't taste the placenta at all." And then she tagged the name of a company, which I'm pretty sure was sponsoring her. This girl has been sponsored throughout her entire pregnancy. She stays with a coin, and I cannot hate on that. Like, you know, reality television world is super duper fickle, so you do have to make money in as many ways as you can, and she's been doing a really wonderful job of that. One thing I'm wondering is whether or not she dropped the order of protection she had against her baby daddy, Chris Lopez, so that he could come and see this child. Their second child together was conceived under a restraining order, which actually sent Chris to jail for a moment of time because he broke it to bang Kail and impregnate her with this child. So they've been going back and forth throughout their entire pregnancy about like who's at fault for their tumultuous relationship, with Chris actually a couple weeks before the birth of this child saying, and he said, like, listen, if you're in the media, whatever, blogs, news, you can quote me on this. I don't care, you know, whether or not she drops a restraining order so I could see my child. He said, I don't give an FUCK at this point. And that is now etched on the internet forever for all of his children to see when they grow up. But most importantly, this child in particular, like my jaw hit the floor when I saw that. I didn't make a video on it because it just felt so, I don't know, like I couldn't get my right mind around it. Like, how do you talk about that? You know, like there are no words for someone so deadbeat that they would take their unemployed ass on Instagram and just basically say, literally say that they don't give an FUCK about whether or not they get to see their own child. If you recall, Kail was moving forward with plans to have a home birth despite being declared a very high-risk pregnancy. So I'm assuming that she did go forward with that home birth because she posted a photo saying that it's the first time that she's been downstairs since she gave birth. So downstairs, meaning that she was probably in a home. Typically in a hospital, you're not really talking about going upstairs, downstairs, like you are in your own damn house. So yeah, it's safe to say that Kail did move forward with a home birth, although it was super high risk for her because of her weight. Kail is, I believe, obese. And so the doctors told her that that would kind of play a factor in the difficulty of her giving birth. And she did confirm that she and her baby are healthy and that this baby, like Lux, was born with no name. Remember, Lux had no name for like over a month. I think it was almost 3 months that he had no name. And so, yeah, she said, and I quote, "No name yet, but we're all healthy and so in love. I can check giving birth during a pandemic off my bucket list now." Of course, Kail would have a baby in the middle of a pandemic. Like, you know, if there was one teen mom star that I would peg would have it, actually two, I would guess Janelle and Kail. It just is so, it's the perfect metaphor for their own lives, the tornado that they are. But nonetheless, I am glad to hear that both Kail and her baby are doing well. I hope that she maintains the restraining order that she's got against Chris because clearly they are not a healthy pair. She went on his Instagram live a couple of days before giving birth, accusing him of choking her while they were together. So I think it is in the best interest of her and both of their children that he just stays very far away. I also do hope that she stops antagonizing him on social media and trying to get a rise out of him and a reaction and stalking him. And, you know, it seems like she's still in love and trying to get that old thing back. And like, clearly it's a very unhealthy relationship that she needs to kind of just let go at this point and move forward in the best interest of her children. I know that she just gave birth, but you know, we got to talk about it. Like, what's a Kail video without talking about the possibility of a fifth kid by a fourth man? Kail has spoken about how she does desperately want to have a daughter, and she feels as though she may in the future potentially go to a sperm bank and do some gender selection in order to make sure that she has a daughter the next time around that she gets pregnant. It seems like she will get pregnant again, and that she will certainly try to make sure through gender selection technology that it is a girl. Kailyn Lowry from Teen Mom OG also was kind of going down the same route, but in the opposite direction. She and her husband were thinking of doing gender selection in order to have a boy for once. But once they went to the doctor and they found out how much it cost, they very quickly backed out of that plan. So who knows whether or not that is something that Kail will actually move forward with. Are you surprised to hear that the teen mom world is a little bit cricket in regards to Kail giving birth, and that she had to come forward with this placenta situation in order to drum up a little bit of publicity for herself? Or that she yet again does not have a name for her child? Although I feel like that might be a little bit common. Like, it's hard. Like, a name, they have to stick with it for life. You do need some time to come up with a name sometimes. Maybe she had a name in mind, but like when she saw the baby, none of those names fit. You never know. Do you think that she's going to take as long as she did with Lux? With Lux, it was 2 months, maybe just a little bit over 2 months to come up with his name. Let me know all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. And as usual, we'll chat. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.